who is the key to that situation, really, isn't he? Total Departure, the real speed horse.
That's true. He's coming off a sprint in very fast time. And from what I've gathered from the horse, he could be a little bit hard to rate. He could be a little problem for Lafitte to slow down and get to relax. I think everybody in the race looks for him to charge out there and show his speed. And I guess, to be honest with you, I think if he wins the race, it'd be a feather in Lucas's cap because he's only coming off one sprint race in a long time.
Now, we must remember Marfa. We've been talking all about the speed in this race, all the horses who probably will be up front. Marfa will be lurking in the background, ready to go.
Well, he doesn't have any speed, and I know that the jockey riding him he hopes that they go out there and kill each other off, soften them up, so that he can have a good run at him at the finish.
There's a third horse in that entry, Easy Cash, not as highly regarded as the others. Remember, Las Barrera has two horses in here, Paris Prince and Fast Passage, 2 and 2C are their numbers. There's Louisville Summit, an outsider. My Habitoni had a couple of good races, number 4. Navis, React, has gone this distance and won. The only horse in this race that has won at this distance, and of course Desert Wine will be number 7. Must never have happened before that for a $2 bet you could get the skills of George Velasquez, Lafitte Pincay, and Angel Cordero all going for you, but they are riding the 3 horses in the entry of Wayne Lucas. May never happen again either. There they are going in. There's Paris Prince and Fast Passage, Louisville Summit. So that's Fast Passage now, 2C. Now coming in number 3, that's Louisville Summit, outsider. Time now, I believe, to go up top to the man who's going to call the race, our good friend Dave Johnson. Dave?
Well, Jim, a lot of question marks in this race, and we're going to have a lot of answers in about 2 minutes. Can Desert Wine be rated? And Total Departure stretch that speed that he showed in the Baldwin around 2 turns? And did that hard stretch drive of the San Felipe we saw earlier take something out of Navis and Desert Wine? Can Navis keep a straight course? Well, we'll have the answer shortly. Just about 4 horses behind the gate. I see that Marfa's acting up just a little bit, and it's going to take more than 1 or 2 assistant starters to move that great colt by foolish pleasure into the starting gate. Marfa, of course, one of the 3 horses trained by D. Wayne Lucas in this contest. Post positions were drawn by lot. That's the reason that number 1B is sort of on the outside there. Marfa is in. Easy to follow the great colt here. Ridden by Jorge Velasquez. Great riders in this race. Pincay has won this contest 6 different times. Of course, Bill Shoemaker, a 7-time Santa Anita Derby winner. React very quietly moving into line. And the 4-5 favorite, Desert Wine, with Chris McCarron ready to move in. The last horse in the field of 10 for this 46th running of the Derby. Flag is up. All set and ready to go. Number 2C, Fast Passage, delaying the start. Eddie Delahousie back in the saddle. They're all in line. And they're on. Toward the inside, it's Total Departure. Alongside, Easy Cash out in the middle of the racetrack. There goes React charging up with Desert Wine. After that, it's Navis passing the stands for the first time. React in front by a head. At the rail, there goes Fast Passage charging through with Total Departure. Now into the second spot. React on the outside, racing third. Easy Cash is fourth. Navis between horses fifth. Desert Wine is sixth. Then a gap of 5 lengths. Back to Paris Prince, followed by Marfa on the outside. Then comes the Louisville Summit, and My Habitoni is the trailer. They move on to the backtrack. Battle on the front end, with Fast Passage at the rail, and Total Departure. Now Total Departure on the outside to the front by a head. Fast Passage on the inside, racing in the second spot, with React back into contention third. Navis tucked in at the rail is fourth, 3 parts of length. Desert Wine on the outside is fifth. Easy Cash at the rail, sixth by 2.5. Marfa is seventh by a head. Paris Prince races eighth, and 4 lengths back to the trailers. Louisville Summit, My Habitoni. Around the far turn. Total Departure in front now by a length and 3/4 with React in the second spot. Navis takes up the chase, moving through on the inside, finding room. Desert Wine is fourth, and Marfa moves to the middle of the track for the drive. They straighten away in the stretch. It's Total Departure with Pincay on top by 1. On the outside, here comes Navis and Shoemaker. Marfa is flying to keep close to the track, and history, and another feather in the cap of D. Wayne Lucas, who sent 3 to the post. Maybe this one in the middle in terms of who do you like, but he got home first. And it's on the board. Marfa the winner, unofficially. My Habitoni second, and Navis was third. Jim?
That's the way we saw it down here also. Thank you very much, Dave Johnson. Unofficial winner, unofficial, remember, that beautiful gray, number 1B, Marfa. My Habitoni, the unofficial second, number 4. Then Navis, number 5. And then Easy Cash, number 1. Well, Bill, did he prove a good deal out there just now?
Well, the only surprising thing that I saw in the race was Desert Wine wasn't up close to the pace and absolutely didn't run his race. I don't know whether the pace was too fast for him or not. Marfa had the pace softened up and made a terrific run through the stretch, and that's what you want to have when you're getting ready to come to the Kentucky Derby, I'll tell you. I didn't see any excuses at all for Navis. He had a good position all the way. Shoe rode him well. He got through, had a chance, had a turn for home, and just didn't finish.
Just didn't do it. On the back of Marfa, of course, George Velasquez, who won the Kentucky Derby on Pleasant Colony. George, can you hear me? This is Jim McKay. George, can you hear me? This is Jim McKay. Beautiful ride. Any problems out there? Did you have any problems out there in the race?
Yeah, he started to log in a little bit, but I managed to sweat him up. So I didn't bother anybody.
Looks like you've got your Derby horse.
Just that way so far.
Okay. Thank you very much, George. Let's take a look, Bill Hartek, at the stretch run now. As you look, a good look at Marfa, a son of Foolish Pleasure, a Derby winner in 1975. Here it is.
Well, Marfa was close up, turning for home, didn't have that much ground to make up, and made it up well. The rest of the horse in the race, I thought Total Departure ran a terrific race for only having a sprint. He was still in contention at the 8th hole and weakened only slightly. Ran a very decent race. But it was all Marfa today.
It certainly was, and that's very much the way he won the Spiral Stakes back there in Kentucky. There's quite a controversy, of course, still around his performance in the Spiral Stakes. Not his performance, but the fact that it turned out that technically he didn't have enough money earned to be in that race that day. And that's before the Kentucky Racing Commission right now. But no question here today. It's still unofficial, however. Marfa, winner of the Santa Anita Derby. We'll be back. At Santa Anita, and we're going to take a look at an isolated replay of still the unofficial winner of the Santa Anita Derby, Marfa. Bill Hartek is with me, and here we go. There you see the gray horse.
Yeah, he gets him out of the gate in fairly good shape, and like I said before, he's got no speed. He lets everything else go by him. He settles himself in a good position. Actually, he had a few horses beat, so he wasn't really trailing the field. He got in a fairly good position early. I couldn't see it on the original film because he was out of the picture.
Well, we'll watch him all the way around now.
Well, George will just bide his time right now. Anytime you're in a race, you've got your position. You sit there and coast. You keep an eye on the leaders so that they don't get out of sight on you. And then you just bide your time and wait to see what happens until it comes time to take your run.
The fractions were not particularly fast by California standards. They went 22 and 3, then 46, and then 110 and 2.
That's true. The track may be a bit dead today. They haven't been running really fast all day today.
That's Paris Prince, number 2, that he's alongside right now.
Well, you know, a lot of people seem to think that when you go head-to-head with a horse, that it could hurt both of you. But when you're back in the pack, it's a standard procedure. You just worry about your own horse and look for room to run when you get ready to make your run.
You think that the orders for Paris Prince's jockey, Terry Lippman, might have been to stay with Marfa?
Well, I don't know that. I wouldn't try to second-guess what happened, but you can see the horse starting to accelerate right now. He's picking up his field. He's moved to the outside where he's in the clear. When a horse comes from behind and you've got plenty of horse and there's no chance of you getting through on a rail, it's worth it to lose a little bit of ground and get in the clear and let your horse run.
And here they are coming down the stretch.
Well, once he was only 2 or 3 lengths off the lead turning for home, he had a look at it, and like I say, it was all Marfa today.
No question of that. Marfa, an easy and still unofficial winner of the race. I believe it is official now. So in a moment, we'll take a look at the prices. Here they are. Marfa, the winner, paid $920, $460, and $320. My Habitoni, second, $1020 and $540. And Navis, third, paid $360. It is official. The fourth horse was Total Departure, number 1A. We're going to return again live to Santa Anita after this.